Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing the Mafia franchise on the Steam Deck. So Mafia Definitive Edition, Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, and Mafia 3 Definitive Edition. On Mafia 2 there's very few improvements, it's almost the same game. Mafia 3 is basically the same game, and this is a complete remake of the original. We're skipping the original because it's too old, and it requires lots of tweaking for it to work properly. So I recommend you stay away from it. So, okay, none of them is verified. This one, the Mafia Definitive Edition, I'm playing on 800p, a mix between medium and high, with volumetrics and shadows on low. These are the two most demanding options, and vegetation on medium. Motion blur because we're targeting 30 frames per second. I'll show you 40 FPS as well. So, and one quality of life improvement. Go to game in the options menu and enable this option, disable launcher. So there's no launcher when you launch the game, basically. So I'm in the free ride mode right now. It's basically just the open world, and I'm going to engage some of the police, but there's a big issue that I don't know how to fix, that the prompts are missing. So you don't know which button to press. I'm going to use mouse and keyboard because I know the controls, but the prompts are completely missing. So that's a big issue in my opinion, because sometimes I have to guess what the button is. Except in here it works. So I'm using this mode, the free ride mode. Hang on, I forgot how to accelerate. Yeah, good to know that I knew the mouse and keyboard. Okay, let's drive with a controller. And you can, well, basically go on a high speed, and we can explode one gas station. And again, there we go, still 30. But this game was always very CPU bound, at least for me. When I was only on 4 cores, 4 threads, it was on my other computers, it was very taxing. So basically it was a must to be targeting 30 FPS. And in this case we're GPU limited for the most part. As you can see, the GPU is at 100%. Whoa. And the core clock of the GPU is at over 1300 MHz, which is great. The maximum is 1600. Where I saw the most drops were driving here and fighting with the police. So while that crash happens, I have to be close to vegetation. Yeah, very specific. But don't worry, I'm going to show you this on handheld as well, so you can see how it looks, because we're on native resolution, but the game is rather soft. Okay, they lost me somehow. That's okay. But it's completely fine. It's basically 30 frames with medium to high settings, some stuff on low, but the shadows on low, trust me guys, it's just softer shadows. It looks fine. You're not really missing out. Looks great. Especially in the smaller screen. It might look very aliased watching it on YouTube because you're watching it probably on a bigger screen. Or if you're on your phone, that's not an issue. Okay, I think I'll just keep shooting until the police decides to find me. But as you can see, it's okay. Nothing to worry about. Okay, so let me show you the 40 FPS configuration, and we're jumping into the Steam Deck screen. So, how to get 40 FPS? Well, lower to 720. Unfortunately, only 2 options. So 720. So you're going to have bars on the top and bottom of the screen. No big deal in my opinion. And in the settings, in global quality preset, go for low and increase the anti-aliasing to high or medium. Yeah, I think high should be fine. And we're going to target 40 FPS. If it's worth it or not, up to you, but let's go back. And there we go. Yeah, high anti-aliasing was too much. Let's put it on medium. There we go. So let's swap to the Steam Deck screen now. Alright guys, we're now on the Steam Deck itself, using it without the capture card. so not direct capture, but I'm doing my best to give you the best experience. 720p, as shown before. Let me zoom in a little bit. So everything on the lowest, as shown in the past, until I see on medium. And in the Steam Deck menu, we lock it to 40 with the refresh rate at 40. Way smoother than 30, of course. Let's go a little bit back. There we go. And this should give us close to 40. We'll see in a moment. Let's drive. Oh man, I don't know the controls. So again, the difference here is that instead of 800p, 720p, so you have bars at the top and bottom of the screen. Which again, I personally don't mind, but you might do. And well, we're just in low settings instead of a mix between medium and high with shadows on low. So that's something to keep in mind, at least in my opinion. But I mean, it looks great on the small screen. All the aliasing I saw on the big screen on the YouTube video is basically gone. Let's see once we get to the demanding part, that is going to the park to fight the police. Come on. Oh god. And it should give you 90 minutes of battery, basically. Yeah, this is the demanding part. As you can see, drop into the upper 30s. No big deal. Should still be okay. Oh well, I'm dying. Sorry guys, I got killed. So yeah, let's jump into Mafia 2 now. Alright guys, so now Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, native resolution, anisotropic 16 times, low shadows for performance reasons, geometry on high, physics disabled. You can enable it if you want to, but I saw some flickering when using this, so I'm going to turn it off. Also, some extra performance is good. MSAA off for performance reasons, and now we have SMAA. This is the biggest improvement over the original game, and that physics is not Nvidia exclusive. You can do it on any GPU now, which is awesome. It's like built into the game. And unlimited FPS, I locked the frame rate here to 60. If you want to use allowed tearing, try it, but I think there is some stuttering, so check it out on your own PC. So that's basically the settings, native resolution, low shadows, and blah 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 blah. And I'm playing the DLC, Joe's Adventures, because I have access to the whole city right away, so I can drive fast, I can do some mayhem. I don't know what's wrong with the camera, maybe it's because I'm using the Steam control. Yeah, there's something odd with the camera. But hey, I'm terrible driving in this game, I don't know why. But as you can see moving around, the GPU is almost maxed out. The CPU, sometimes one core gets maxed out, but otherwise it's okay. So yeah, I was trying to die, but I'm still failing to do so. And let's start some combat now. So we gotta call the police. That's the sound of the police. Oh, good. How convenient. The last time I played this with a controller was on the PlayStation 3, so that should tell you everything you need to know. Let me see if I can explode something the GTA way by shooting the... Yeah, no, that's not it. Well, maybe GTA is one of the few games that has that. I really forgot. Oh my god. This is so bad with my controller there. There we go. That's the thing I was looking for. There we go. Okay, so with the explosion, as you could see, it dropped into the upper 50s for a moment. Here it seems to be fine. And well, that big explosion. So that's Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. Let's show you a very quick handheld visual for you to see how it looks. And yeah, the beginning of the game. In full underwear. Alright guys, so now for the people that are from my age, you probably remember the Mafia 2 benchmark tool. Well, it's still included in the Definitive Edition. So let's give it a try very quickly. And as you can see, I'm in handheld. But the performance remains the same as usual. And the game still looks great. We're basically locked to 60. Let's see the explosions. Man, this is so nostalgic. I remember when I was testing physics on my GTS 450 when this came out on this benchmark tool. It's not the same one because it's a Definitive Edition. But still, it was a way to tweak settings for me. This is my humble beginnings. So yeah, in my opinion, completely worth playing. Still looks amazing, at least in my opinion. So yeah, let's jump into Mafia 3. And finally, Mafia 3 Definitive Edition. I have lots of things to say about this one, so press the Steam button, first of all, before you play the game. Go into controller settings and select controller settings. And in here, press A, go to templates, select gamepad with joystick trackpad, press X to apply the layout, and keep it like that. The official layout is horrible, so yeah, skip it, at least in my opinion. The official layout is bad. So let's go for settings. 800p, not fulfilled, full screen on, VSync off, HBAO medium, motion blur off. You can enable it if you want to, but in this game I think it's horrible. Mafia 1 Definitive Edition did it better, and it's the same engine with improvements. Geometry on medium, although you can crank it to high if you lower the resolution. Shadows on medium, reflections on medium, volumetrics on medium, anti-aliasing on high, bloom enabled, 16 times isotropic, high textures, and that's basically it. By the way, worst looking options menu I've ever seen. I cannot see all the options at once. Great job, guys. Anyway, so we're jumping into the game. Again, same engine as Mafia 1 Definitive Edition, but technically inferior. It has the same issue with the prompts. The prompts are missing. So that's a big deal to me. Also happens in Mafia 1. And I'm here in the city because, well, I drop frames quite significantly in all my other PCs. So this is a perfect place to request my arms dealer. But I finished the game already. And, well, it's fun for a bit, but then it's not worth it in my opinion. Then I just applied some cheats and enjoyed my time testing all the weapons. Okay, let's do... yeah. Let's do the Trench 1938. And equipment... yeah, let's do something with fire. Alright, let's start shooting. Oh my god, the controls for shooting are horrible. I'm using a controller, but still. Oh, there we go. This is a Molotov. Next gen. I'm happy that at least in Mafia 1 Definitive Edition, they made the engine work more consistently. As you can see, the reload prompt is missing. So if you don't know the controls, well, memorize them. Also, no 40 FPS is possible consistently. I've been CPU limited while driving around. Fire, fire. Beautiful. Why am I using the revolver? I bought a machine gun for that very reason. Anyway, so as you can see, that's Mafia 3 Definitive Edition. Please just play Mafia 1 and 2. Mafia 3 is okay, it's fun for a bit, but it's pretty mediocre in my opinion. Anyway, when the game first came out, it was actually locked to 30 FPS, which is pretty funny. And it was because the CPU usage was so insane. I mean, look at the rain, oh my god. This gives me GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition vibes with this rain. Anyway, my advice is to use those settings, but lock it to 30 FPS and allow tearing. Or maybe do not allow tearing, my bad. Huh. Oh, okay. When it rains, it can drop. Gotcha. That's not good. Anyway, still. 30 FPS cap. Allow tearing. And it should stay mostly there. If it keeps dropping, lower the shadows to low and lower the HPAO. The reflections. But this is the best way to play it. You don't use the entire Steam Deck for this. And you can actually still fight. But again, at least the game for me has been pretty mediocre. Oh, I still have the machine gun, cool. Oh. Anyway, while this is going on, I'm going to pause and show you handheld just to finish the video. Alright guys, so now more handheld footage. Trust me, it looks better than on the video. Oh my, hang on. There we go. Perfect. Apologies for the quality, sometimes it's out of my control. But actually, it looks pretty good. It looks soft, very soft when I was on the monitor. I thought it was the game issue, but in the small screen, it's pretty acceptable. The thing is, well, 30 FPS. It's funny that I cannot get 40s in this one, but in the newer one, Mafia Definitive Edition, I can actually get 40s by sacrificing settings. Here, sacrificing settings is not enough. And I get stuck in the terrain. Here we go. Still, impressive for a handheld to run the game like this. You can lower the settings a tiny bit more if you want to. But again, the game itself is pretty mediocre. Which is okay. Not every game it's a Game of the Year contender. This is just fun for a bit. So again, my advice, play Mafia 2 and Mafia 1. It's the remake of Mafia 1. And you should have a good time. And then if you are curious on what some of the characters run into in the future, there are some references to Mafia 1 and 2 on this one. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's pretty minor. So yeah, that's the Mafia franchise. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did revisiting Mafia on the Steam Deck. It's pretty good. I'm impressed on how well Mafia 1 runs. I think it's pretty impressive. Mafia 2 also 60 FPS with very small sacrifices. And well, Mafia 3, here you go. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and I'll see ya next time. Bye guys.